did you ever think you would see lion dancers at Gasoline Alley at Heritage Park?
Lion dancers dazzled guests of the sneak-a-peek unveiling of a new exhibit in Calgary on Saturday. It's called We Were Here, Stories from Early Chinatown. It's about the community's persevering history. Dale Lee Kwong is one of the curators. She's also an advocate for the community and wrote a story about real Chinese Calgarian Jimmy Smith as part of her contribution.
And he was dying of tuberculosis, and in his will he left a donation to the Calgary Hospital Fund, which had been languishing for years. Calgary was a town then and no hospital. So that revived the hospital fund, and his donation is recognized as something that contributed to the building of Calgary's first general hospital.
Calgarians know that their Chinatown is filled with culture, but the history is lesser known. For example, did you know that this is its third location? It had to move as it faced hardships such as tragedy and racism. The first Chinatown was set up in the area of 8th Ave and Center Streets. There was a head tax placed on Chinese Calgarians, so they formed a community. They couldn't afford for their families to migrate here too. A fire ripped through their community. They moved just south of 9th Ave, but the building of the railroad displaced them once again. They moved to the Center Street area near the Bow River, where it is now. Even that was a struggle due to the Chinese Exclusion Act, which was in place until 1947.
Exhibits like these that embrace the culture is a really good thing.
Dozens of people walked through the preview, taking in the information, stories, and artifacts, as well as Alex So, who was one of these dragon dancers.
You know, this is kind of a good taste of what we can learn from the past and then make better decisions in the future with, you know, any types of discrimination.
The community has been here since there's been a Calgary. They've been here around and as long as the rest of us who are immigrants to this area. And they built that railway, and then they came and they served our community in jobs that other people didn't necessarily want to do.
History is changing. We all grew up with the colonial interpretation of history, and now there is more interest in Indigenous, Black, and marginalized communities, of which the Chinese community is one.
We Were Here will open January 14th at Heritage Park and stay open until April. In Calgary, Taylor Braat, City News.